A new report details vast spying by China-linked telecom hackers. Japan just sent the world's first wooden satellite to space. And Amazon begins drone deliveries to Phoenix, provided the weather is favorable. It's Wednesday, November 6th, and this is Engadget News. New details are continuing to surface about the hacking of U.S. telecom companies by a China-linked group that targeted U.S. officials and campaign staffers. Now, the Wall Street Journal reports that the hackers' access was even greater than what's been previously reported, and that the communications of potentially thousands of Americans may have been impacted. Last week, the New York Times reported that FBI investigators suspected call logs and SMS messages had been accessed by the hacking group known as Salt Typhoon. The group reportedly targeted the phones of diplomats and government officials, as well as people associated with both presidential campaigns. Now the WSJ is reporting that the hackers, who were likely working for a Chinese intelligence agency, spent 8 months or more in U.S. telecom infrastructure, and that they may have been able to scoop up the data of thousands of people who were in contact with the targeted individuals. The journal confirms earlier reports that the hackers limited their targets to several dozen select, high-value political and national security figures. But the hackers who reportedly exploited routers used by telecom firms had the ability to access the phone data of virtually any American who is a customer of a compromised carrier, a group that includes AT&T and Verizon. Both AT&T and Verizon declined to comment on the report. Japanese researchers just sent the world's first wooden satellite to space. Lignosat, named after the Latin word for wood, was developed by Kyoto University and a company called Sumitomo Forestry. It was included in a SpaceX mission to the International Space Station and will soon be released into orbit above the Earth. So, why do this? Well, there are two main reasons. First of all, it'll be a test as to the durability of wood when faced with the harsh conditions of space. If successful, the researchers plan on making more wooden structures and jettisoning them to the cosmos. Takao Doi, an astronaut affiliated with Kyoto University, said, "With timber, a material we can produce by ourselves, we will be able to build houses, live and work in space forever." This is the first step in a 50-year plan that includes planting trees and building actual timber houses on the moon and even Mars. For those balking at the idea of wooden structures being used in space, consider some of the benefits. The material should actually be more durable in space than on Earth because, well, the endless void doesn't have any water or oxygen. There's nothing to cause rot, and it's very hard for it to catch fire. It even offers fairly decent protection from radiation. The other reason has to do with all of those other satellites in orbit. The planet is currently surrounded by more than 3,000 satellites, not to mention all kinds of affiliated space debris. Wooden satellites would eventually fall back down to Earth and burn up during re-entry. Amazon has started making deliveries via drone in parts of Phoenix. That's according to reporting by TechCrunch. We knew this was coming, and now it's here. Customers in the West Valley Phoenix metro area should now have access to a selection of products that will arrive on doorsteps via the friendly skies. These include household, office, health, and beauty supplies, among other things. Phoenix residents will be able to click on a drone delivery icon before checking out. The company promises that items will be delivered within an hour. This is due to the improved specs of the company's latest drone, the Mk-30, which was recently approved by the Federal Aviation Administration to fly beyond the visual line of sight. There are some caveats. Products must be 5 pounds or less to be eligible. though Amazon says that around 50,000 items are already available for drone deliveries. Also, the drones will only make deliveries during daylight hours and favorable weather conditions. This is happening just a few months after Amazon ended its drone-based delivery program Prime Air in California. The company still makes drone deliveries in Texas, and it's planning a major expansion into Europe. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode features journalism from Carissa Bell and Lawrence Bonk and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.